My dear students, now we are going to have a talk on sentence. What a sentence is, or what can we call a sentence. So please have a look at the examples given. Visited last week, IoT. I visited UT last week. Which is a sentence here? Okay, we can definitely say that the second one is a sentence and the first one is not a sentence, because the first one is only a group of words which has no sense or meaning, but the second one is a group of words at the same time it has a sense or meaning. So how can we define a sentence? Here it is. A sentence is a group of words that make a sense, or a sentence is a meaningful group of words. Okay, so a sentence is a meaningful group of words. To the second sentence or example, it has a meaning, and it is also a group of words, but the first one is merely a group of words which has no meaning. Okay, now we can examine what are the different types of sentences. Sentences are classified or divided into four. They are assertive sentence or declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Now we will discuss assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Assertive sentence contains or it includes all kinds of statements or declarations. So assertive sentences contain statements and declarations what we make. Examples: I will do it at any cost. That's a statement. You are my friend. We will be writing our exam tomorrow. The program starts soon. Mohanlal is a popular actor. So these are statements or declarations. So it is comparatively simple, I think. And now, second category of sentences is interrogative sentence. Interrogation meaning questioning. So, interrogative sentences include all types of questions. So, these questions can be classified into two types: WH questions and yes or no questions. So, interrogative sentences are of two kinds: WH questions and yes or no questions. Now, WH question. WH question, or otherwise known as question word question. This type of questions begin with the WH words, that are question words such as what, why, where, which, when, who, whose, whom, how far, how long. So all these question word contains the letters WH. So they are called WH question, and these questions begin with a question word, so they are called question word question. So WH question or question word question. So examples: what do you want? So there is a form for this WH question. First WH word must be there, like what, why, where. Here, what do you want? what is that, and auxiliary here do, and subject you, others what. These others may include verb, object and so on. Okay, so the form of WH question is WH word, that is question word, plus auxiliary verb, then subject, then others. So more examples. Where do you go? Why are you disturbing him? How can we do that? Where do you live? Then when did you reach? Who is your father? Okay, many questions are there. So WH question, once more, WH questions begin with a question word or WH word, and it always require a answer as an information. Information meaning a detailed sentence will be the a detailed sentence or a long sentence will be the answer of this question, WH question. Okay, now then the second type of question, yes or no questions. So yes or no questions, very simple. The answer of these questions may be either yes or no. And this yes or no question is otherwise known as auxiliary question because it begins with an auxiliary. These questions begin with an auxiliary. The answer will be either yes or no. Form auxiliary plus subject plus others. Examples: are you fine? Is it raining now? Am I your friend? Do you like ice cream? Did you see him? Have you finished your work? Okay, may I help you? Many questions are there. So these interrogative sentences will follow a question word at the end. That is important. If you start a sentence with auxiliary or the WH words, that is question words, then definitely you have to put a question mark at the end. So all questions will carry a question mark. That is to be noted. And then third one, imperative sentence. Imperative sentence includes request, advice, command, order, prayer, etc. So all types of request, advice, command or order are coming under the category of imperative sentence. Simple. Open the door. Please go out. Shut up. Okay. But here, a positive command will always begin with a verb. Open the door. Open is a verb. Please go out. Go is a verb. Shut up. Shut is a verb. So that is to be noted that in an imperative sentence, if it is positive, it will begin with a verb. But if it is negative, don't use it. Don't shout. Don't do this. Don't disturb me. Don't go there. Okay. So more examples are there for imperative sentence. Study well. Help me. Take a left turn. More examples are there. So one thing should be remembered that if the imperative is a positive, you have to use a verb in the beginning. If the imperative is negative, don't is used in the beginning. So comparatively easy. And then last type of question is exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence expresses a strong feeling of surprise, shock, wonder, etc. It begins with the WH words, what or how, and ends with an exclamation mark. So exclamatory sentence, it expresses a shock or a wonder or an astonishment, so on. And it will always begin with the question words or WH words like what or how. And at the end of the exclamatory sentence, there should be the exclamation mark. Examples: what a beautiful sight it is, how handsome you are, what an interesting novel, how cruel his father is, what a splendid idea. So many examples, many more examples are there. So once again we can recap. A sentence is a meaningful group of words, and sentences can be classified into four: assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Assertive sentences are the statements and declarations. Interrogative sentences are the questions. These questions can be classified into two types: yes or no questions. No, sorry. WH question and yes or no question. WH question can be called as question word question, and yes or no question can be called as auxiliary question. So WH question is called otherwise question word question because they begin with a question word like what, why, and yes or no question begin with a auxiliary. That is why it is called auxiliary question. And both of these questions will take a question mark at the end. That is important. Then imperative sentence. Imperative sentence are the commands, orders, request, advice, etc. And if the imperative is positive, we have to use verb as the beginning, and if the imperative is negative, we can use don't for the verb. And then lastly, exclamatory sentences, that are the strong feeling of surprise, shock, wonder, etc. And we have to use an exclamation mark at the end of these sentences, and in the beginning the question words what or how is used. Okay, I think you have got a clear picture of sentence and the different categories of sentences. Okay, thank you.